Hello, Nourish. Happy Hump Day. I am so excited to have a close, long time friend of mine on with me to discuss what inspired her to become a single foster parent. After raising two boys to adulthood, she jumped back in, and I'm sure you're going to love her story. So I would love for Barbara Frankson to introduce herself.
Okay, my name is Barbara Frankson. I live in Bloomfield, Connecticut, and I've known this is my BFF, so this would be really easy. When she reached out to me, I said absolutely yes, because one of the things that I do is I help people find their purpose. Um, there's a quote by Mark Twain that says, "The two most important parts of a person's life is when they're born and when they know why." And so many people do not know why they're born, but God has given us all gifts, and our gifts is connected to our purpose and life. So let me tell you why I became a foster parent. I'm originally from Jamaica. And yes, I was born there. I don't have an accent, but I came here when I was 9 years old. My mother, my sister, my brother, myself, five of us. Someone took a chance on me, and her full-time job allowed us to live in the maid's quarters. Yeah, and go to a school that I would probably not be able to do. Even during that time, my mom was a single parent, three kids. I'm the baby, and I watched her take a foster child in. But I watched my mother on a maid salary, taking care of three of her own kids, and then one that was a foster child. And you put that in I say those are seeds left to be watered. So you put it into the banks, and when it's time, it comes up. So I started going into schools every other Friday, and I designed a gifted warriors program.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I told the young ladies, because I did it for young ladies because I was once a girl and now I'm a young lady. I still think that.
Me
And
too.
I designed it for girls, and I told them that, how much are you worth? And when I heard the answers, I was shocked. So right now I have a foster daughter that came in on February 28th, 2020, one day before her 16th birthday. Can you imagine? So she's a leap year baby, right? So can you imagine waking up in a stranger's house on your 16th birthday? So one of the things that I did was when she came in on the 28th, I had a conversation with her and found out about her, and then went shopping for her to make it as best as I could.
So what brings you joy in what you're doing as a foster mom? What Share with us the joys of that whole experience.
Okay, so remember I told you that my daughter, I don't consider her my foster daughter. I consider her my daughter. I told
Excellent.
her that I'm her in the meantime. In the meantime, those are added. But the joy that I get is when I see her walking into her greatness, being able to look in the mirror and not allowing people to define what her value is. When I hear her speaking, I know that God has placed her in my house to deposit things in her, just like along my journey. Even how we met, Alice, that was purposeful. You look at how long we've been in each other's lives, and we could not see each other for 10 years, 20 years, but we can put up like that. Because every time, so the joy that I get is knowing that I'm helping to mold someone. God is using me to help to heal some of the pain, because she didn't ask to come here. But she's in a valley moment. And I always say to her is this: your pain is connected to your purpose. This too shall pass. One day you're going to be able to look back and help someone else out. That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving it back, because pain, passion, purpose, once again. So her pain, what she thinks is pain now, is not really. It's purpose. It's preparing her for her future. Every single thing that happens in our lives is purposeful.
Tell us, share a little bit about yourself, what you're comfortable sharing.
My name is Kyra Brown. I'm 17. I have came into her house the day before my 16th birthday, which was very hard for me, to be honest, because I was just coming out of the hospital. So I was very nervous to stay somewhere where I wasn't like comfortable and wasn't knowing where I was or having any communication, just based off of what we've had that one night. It wasn't enough.
Right.
But for me to be here and to be here, I've been here for 15 months now.
Right.
It's our anniversary today. It's actually 15 months. It's the 29th.
Happy anniversary.
So it's been a wonderful journey to be with her, as her being my foster mom, because she's my second foster mom, and I don't know what I would do without her. Because the first foster mom I had was not a good foster mom. I went through a lot of issues in that house, a lot of pain. But Ms. Barbara, she just showed me what that pain can come to. And it's made me grow within these 15 months. We've had problems, we've had our issues, but we still love each other no matter what.
Oh, excellent. And I love the word that you say, love. Sometimes people are like, well, I like it here, but you've jumped straight into, you guys have made a heart-to-heart connection.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. When she came in, Kyra, like I said, when we're having ups and downs, it's also a way for me to model to her how to build relationships.
Exactly. Right? Handle problems.
Right. Handle problems. It's not throwing someone away. It's knowing that if you love someone, you can work it out.
Exactly.
And there's a reason. So my thing is to teach her, by modeling it, so we're pretty, even when she gets into a little bit of trouble and she has consequences, we sit down, we talk about it, but we don't talk about it right away.
Yeah.
We walk away. We walk away.
That's our thing. We
walk away so that we can be respectful to one another. You know what I mean? So it's so important, Alice, that we model things. Parental leadership is one of the biggest things, because that's your first person of leadership that you come into. You can't tell someone not to smoke and you're smoking a pack a day.
Right.
They're going to watch what you do, not what you say.
Like the biggest life lesson you feel like you've learned that you'll take well into your future?
I've learned a lot since I've been here, but the biggest thing that I have to say is transparency. Me and her, we are very transparent. Even sometimes, even if it's too much information.
Too much.
She's very transparent with me. It's something that I feel like I've never had growing up. She treats me like I'm a teenager. Like how I was raised up to be was not the way she treats me. I feel like I personally had to grow up faster than I should have.
Okay.
She gives me that little push of freedom, even if I kind of take it by too far. She she's very understanding, and I want that to stay the way that it is with us and maybe even grow more. But that's one thing that I would always have with me. And I told her, I was like, no matter what happens, you still gonna be at my wedding. You still
Because as Barbara was saying, being a parent is your first role of like helping to mold someone to know how to handle things better. So is there something that you may have handled one way before you came to live with Barbara that now, having been taught and guided by her, that you handle differently?
the walking away part. Because when I was at home, it wasn't really just the walk away. It was just constant arguing,
Mhm.
and there was no problem to be solved. There was like it was just there. There was nothing to resolve the problem. Me and her, we have that thing of where we just walk away. Now I walk away and we come back later when we're both ready to have that conversation.
That's beautiful. That's
I'm usually the one that just sits there and continues arguing, but I respect her enough.
learn those skills someplace, then you don't have them when you need them. So the
Right.
fact that you are learning them and recognizing the importance of them, that's absolutely great. So if before I let you go, I want to know if you could share something with someone else in your situation, what would be something that you would want to share with someone else?
Um, I have three moms. I have three moms. I have her, my stepmom, and my biological mom.
Tell her the names you call each three.
I call her Ma. I call my stepmom mom because she's raised me, and then I call my mom, like my biological mom, mother. Uh, my mom, my stepmom, she's been in my life since I was 3.5. So I consider her my mom. She's been there. She raised me. She taught me everything I know. My mother, she wasn't really there. So I can't say I have a relationship with her to give her that mom title. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, she's still my mom. She's my
Right.
mother. She birthed me.
Right.
She's my mom. Like she's my mom
Mom.
because she's just here. She's my in the meantime mom, like she said, but she's not going nowhere. So I have to get that's just but I I've learned that it's like you could have something, but you don't know the true value of it, and so you don't have it. And I've waited almost 13 years to talk to my biological mom.
Wow.
And I got that opportunity. As I got older, I felt she felt like I didn't need her as much, and now I realize how much she means to me because of what I didn't have. I've had the whole time what I thought I didn't have. So I want her to know that she is a big part of my life, and so is Miss Barbara.
Thank you for being willing to share your story. I feel like television does children a disservice. That it portrays them in a manner where people are reluctant to make the commitment to be of service in this way. So, having done this, you and I have to share this because the government for 30 some odd years in a high level director and above position. You're a coach, you're an author. And even with all of those things on your plate, you still made the decision to become a single foster parent.
Kyra's been in here and said, I hear a lot of bad things about foster.
Mhm.
They're wild and they do this and they do that. And I said, well, I had biological kids that did this, that is all. So my
Mhm.
thing to someone that's on the fence is this: it's just like stereotypes. Stereotypes. It's a lack of not knowing. You're listening to others. Experience it for yourself, and it's whatever you put into it. So it's teaching your kids integrity. So whatever you pour into someone is what's going to come out. They have these rumors about foster kids, like you're saying, okay, foster kids are bad in that. Can you survive a day in their shoes? That's what you should ask them. Because listen, they didn't ask for their situation. Their situation came to them. So guess what? In Connecticut alone, there's over 3,000 kids that are in the foster care system.
Wow.
Even before Kyra came into, she said she was in another foster home. She had to go to a group home, because there's not any individualized. Oh, yes, your life will be scrutinized. Basically, you'll have to get fingerprinted. You will have to go a series of questions. But it's nothing different than when you want your kids to be in a safe environment. They're looking out for the child. And my thing is, the joy, when I see her growth, yeah, and as she said, it's not perfect. No relationship is perfect,
Right.
but you have to work on it. And when I see that what's coming out of her mouth or actions, how she's not pushing back and her growth, it's amazing. And I said, my whole thing is, even if you look at my Facebook thing, is God used me.
Right.